I mean, I want to help. I would help. I was going to write two stuff tonight. Just a few.
Meeting to order. Pledges and a moment of silence.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our vision statement is to achieve personal excellence through a wide range of educational challenges and opportunities. Per board policy, do you have any public comments?
No, Mr. President, there were no comments for this time.
All right. Now, tell me something good. I like this part.
All right, we'll start off with Arlington Elementary, Mrs. Maskey.
Good evening. We're going to start with our student of the month, and Mr. Benson is going to tell you a little bit about him.
Good evening. Our student of the month is Alexander Henry. Alex is a new addition to AES this year. Him and his 2 other brothers have been off to a great start. Every day, Alex brings his best effort to school and is always eager to learn more. He has already made so many great friends, and he's really shown himself to be a leader amongst his peers. Alex's teacher had this to say: "I've chosen Alex to be Student of the Month because of his courage to start at a new school, his positivity in a different atmosphere, and his never-ending smile. Alex's attitude and can-do spirit is an example for all to follow." Alex's specials teacher had this to add: "He demonstrates excellent responsibility and gives 100% effort. He is a pleasure to have in class." Alex exemplifies our Wildcat way by being responsible, open-minded, an active learner, and respectful. We're very happy to have Alex and his family join our Wildcat family. Unfortunately, they were not able to make it this evening.
And I would like to ask Mrs. Lori Kuhn to come up. She is our staff member of the month. Lori works in our cafeteria, and as you know, keeping students and staff members fed is very, very, very important. The people that she works with have lots of positive things to say about her. She rules with any changes or issues, always with a smile on her face, and makes sure that things get done. She takes care of students' needs if we have kiddos who need something specific or that kind of thing. She always is a friendly face. She goes out of her way to help. She always decorates our cafeteria for different holidays and things that kids look forward to seeing the different things. And she also definitely takes care of our staff members as well. We for sure would have lots of hangry kids and adults if it wasn't for her, so we appreciate everything she does. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Maston. Milroy Elementary, Mrs. Lisa Wilson.
Good evening. So first of all, I'll start off with our Student of the Month, Felicity Anderson. Felicity, you want to come on up? So Felicity is a 6th grade student at Milroy, and I was fortunate enough to be her 2nd grade teacher years ago. And she's one of those students that does not draw attention to herself. She's a very quiet leader. Felicity is selfless, she cares about others, and goes out of her way to help kids that may need a little extra assistance with something. Felicity is a member of the student council. She has a love for animals, and I've witnessed myself the kindness that Felicity portrays with her fellow classmates. She's often seen in the cafeteria sitting with maybe a lonely student that doesn't have a friend. So Felicity's a model student academically, and she definitely has a love of reading. So I look forward to seeing what Felicity can accomplish and does accomplish in her education career and in life. So congratulations. So our staff member of the month is Mrs. Kim Cook. Mrs. Cook is currently, right now, a 3rd grade teacher. She's also been the Title I teacher. And she was nominated actually by several colleagues last year, but we actually ran out of months for her to be recognized. But Mrs. Cook's colleagues have been impacted by the leadership that she demonstrates. She goes in above and beyond, and she does it for one reason, and that's the kids. About a week before school started, I had a new teacher resign even before she started, and I was very supportive of that teacher because she had some good reasons, but it put me in a huge bind. And I happened to have a leadership team meeting the next day, and I told my leaders the situation I was in, and Mrs. Cook just quickly said, "I'll do it." And to me, that was just showing her leadership. She didn't hesitate, and why she did it was because of the kids. Again, Mrs. Cook's gone over and beyond throughout the summer months. She spent many days and evenings preparing for the school year. She tutored a student all summer just to continue his individual learning path that he was on. And she does all of these things on a daily basis, and it's for one reason, the kids. So I look forward to Mrs. Cook's future contributions to Milroy Elementary and Rapid County Schools.
I would like to recognize Landon. Landon, you want to come up here? So before I talk about him, 30-some years ago, somebody sitting with him was in my class. Landon's a great kid, Justin. It's because you had a great first grade teacher. All right, so Landon, there were several people that nominated you. It wasn't just your teacher. And I can honestly say for a first grader to be as kind-hearted as Landon is, that's a very unusual characteristic. And I can only hope to wait to see what happens when you grow up and get a little bit older and the great things you're going to do. He's one of the first to help peers and realizes when others are in need and gives them a little pick-me-up. And he does that a lot of times with his smile. And if you haven't noticed, he has a great smile. It's contagious. He sets a great example every day and encourages his friends to make good choices. So congratulations. My employee of the month was also nominated by multiple staff members, and that was Missy Cannett. Missy, you want to come on up here? Missy wears a lot of different hats in our building. She has worked with for Rushville Elementary for 6 years. She is a certified nursing assistant who has also worked as a CNA while she was working at Rushville Elementary. So she helps out in our clinic. She helps out in our resource room. She's one of the first to jump in if we have a kiddo who's not regulated or needs some extra support. She says, I can do that, I can take them, and they seem to really react in a positive way with her. She doesn't like to brag on herself and give herself credit for all the extras that she does volunteer for. She does that quietly. You never really know. You look around and you say, who did that? And somebody will say, well, Missy did that. Or sometimes she won't admit that she's done that. Her smile is also contagious, and she makes those around her smile as well. Today, we had a situation on the radio where a young lady was not using the best choices, and in the minute or the time of the bad choices, she smashed her finger in a door. And Missy said, I got ice, I got Band-Aids, I'll just go meet her. And so that's the kind of employee that we love to have, and we thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Benjamin Rush Middle School, Principal Jeremy Powell. Insight.
Insight, a dynamic duo, Batman and Robin. What's that? All right. This year we introduced the BRMS Cup Pride for High Quality Excellence, which focused on 5 specific things that we are asking of our students, and that was to be prepared, be respectful, be immersed, be driven, and be engaged. We then asked all of our staff members to nominate students for Student of the Month. This year, BRMS, what we decided to do was to choose 2 girls and 2 boys from each grade level for a group of 8. They will be fed pizza every month from Pizza Hut as kind of their way of saying congratulations. But then we took that 8 and we chose 1 student from that. So the one who has probably the biggest smile on her face on a daily basis, and quite frankly makes our day, we're not just saying it because she's in here. She's not going to cover her face because she's coming up here. Kinsley, get up here. Kinsley Jackson was nominated by Kate Schwarfager and says that she's actively engaged in class by participating in discussions and answering questions. This active engagement in class is a great role model to others in class and is a great example of our BRMS Cup trait. And Kinsley and Mom, if I'm correct, I believe we had a little bit of a locker issue at back to school night, is that correct? But not one time did she show frustration, not one time did she get upset. She was very patient, very humble. In fact, we are now besties. Mr. Neal, is there anything you would like to add?
Yeah, just want to add, she's the kid that is always smiling in the halls. I think she's friends with like all 300 of our kids at the middle school. So it's so great to have, kids like this. They're just really pouring into others also. So thank you for what you do. And again, calling us bestie. That's good stuff.
So, Kinsley, congratulations, everybody. And our staff member of the month happens to be the same teacher that nominated Kinsley. Kate Schwartfager, would you please come up? Kate has been an absolute godsend for both myself and Mr. Neal as we've transitioned into this new role. We had several nominations. We had 4 staff members nominate her, and they went on to say she is so much of what makes BRMS the place that it is. Warm, caring, enthusiastic. Her heart is dedicated to making our school a home for teachers and students. More than what she does in the classroom, she selflessly offers her expertise and experience to so many other facets of our school community, like updating our school website and community engagement through our Facebook page. She's a bright smile at the end of our hallway that never quits. This accolade would be well-deserved. I know that's more than 2, but she's easy to compliment. Another staff member says Mrs. Schwartfager is the best. She's vital to the operations of BRMS with all of her technology and willingness to help whenever needed. She keeps our social media presence hopping and is constantly creating ways for teachers and staff to have access and stay organized to our numerous resources and messages. She is a BRMS rock star. She's always on top of everything school-related, pretty awesome, helping everywhere, and she does a lot of behind-the-scenes work for BRMS and maintains the website and keeps it up to date. I will back that up. She is truly awesome. You truly are a rock star, and we appreciate everything that you do here at BRMS. Mr. Neal?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Mr. Jameson commented on our newsletter. I cannot take credit for that. I'm going to go ahead and say that a lot of that was this lady right here who's amazing and just is always willing to just step in, do whatever it takes to help us out. And so we're super grateful for you, and you are definitely a rock star.
So, congratulations. Mr. Cook. Come on.
I heard that. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear it, what?
I said the 3 speakers.
Hey, it's an A-team here.
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin, I don't have sidekicks, I got a partner. We're on the same level, right? All right. You got something to say? I do my own newsletters, though, by the way.
Okay.
You've not commented on mine. Okay. All right. Our student of the month. We're going to start with our student of the month, Edgar Fernandez. Come on up here, Edgar. Edgar was, he was actually nominated by Mr. Cox, social studies teacher, okay? And Edgar, Ms. Black kind of wrote a little something about Edgar too, and then we kind of have a little something from Mr. Cox. And Edgar is someone who is positive, energetic, whose positive, energetic spirit lights up a room. See, that's not my word, right? He can be found encouraging others in the classroom or on the tennis courts. Edgar not only meets the expectations that are set for RCHS students, he goes above and beyond those expectations. He always has a welcoming smile, and he goes out of his way to help others. If you're ever around Edgar very much, his smile does just absolutely light up a room. This kid, he smiles and everybody's happy. So it's a lot of fun to walk around the school and see Edgar every day saying good morning to everybody and to see his smile. It's a lot of fun. Mr. Cox gave us an example. Mr. Cox said he has a foreign exchange student who is from Spain and has a little bit of difficulty with her English. So Edgar speaks Spanish and has been helping her with the translation of U.S. history class exercises to gain a deeper understanding of the content. Now, if you don't understand that U.S. history is generally the hardest class for our foreign exchange students. It's a very difficult class, and if you can't translate the words very well, then it becomes even more difficult. And Edgar has stepped up. He wasn't asked, he wasn't anything. He volunteered. He just started doing this. So he stepped up and started helping this young lady with her Spanish and English translation, and said he has helped this student to be much more confident and at ease in the classroom. Edgar is exemplifying leadership and empathy, and Mr. Cox and the RCHS administration couldn't be proud of him.
prouder of him. Keep up the great work, Edgar. Thank you for the positive energy each day. All right, Nan. Come on up. Nan Scanlon is our Employee of the Month. She does not like this. At all. You know, we have some great teachers at RCHS, and we got some people doing some extraordinary things. For this first Employee of the Month, the three of us kind of decided that we had somebody in mind that just exemplified what we wanted, because I think in the first 2 weeks of school, Nan was another administrator. We had some issues and we had some things going on that Nan sat in on, and her compassion with the students is unbelievable. Her connection with those kids, her ability to talk with them, calm them down, get things right for them is absolutely incredible. So her dealings with what she does in the classroom and what she does with her kids all day is only one part of what she does, though. She runs the food pantry, which I know how the food pantry runs, and that's a full-time job in itself. Nan used to be a coach, and now she still is seen at athletic events, working athletic events. So Nan has been RCHS for a long time. She is absolutely what we want in our staff and our people. And Nan, I could not be more happy that you are on this staff. You are a great compliment to what we're doing, and you really step up to everything every day. Nan Scanlon. That's all from the A-team.
That makes you VA, right? VA Barabbas? Everyone knew your comment.
Start board member comments with Ms. Jackson.
I don't know about the RES student at night, because he's not always nice to visitors. No, he's a great kid. He's a big IU fan and Purdue here. And the first day I was in his class, I gave him a little hard time about being an IU fan. So the next time I come, there's a big sign outside the room that says IU fans only. And so ever since then, it's always been fun back and forth. And so congratulations, because he is a joy to have. And the banter back and forth, I enjoy doing that. Congratulations on everybody on a great year. The newsletters that we're getting and the feedback from parents on the newsletters that are going out is phenomenal. I'm hearing nothing but great things about the communication, the changes that are being made in the buildings. And so I think we're off to a great start and hope to continue that way and keep building on it.
I am part of another group that made a donation. The Ark Wars County gave money to the special needs program. Recently for teachers and for Century Room. Mr. Anderson, it was an easy sell. I just want to tell you, it was an easy sell to this group. And they wanted me to tell you how much they appreciate you for reaching out and wanting us to be part of that. And we wanted to say thank you, because we have more to give to our community, and this is just a start by helping the kids in the school with special needs program. So I want to say thank you for reaching out to us.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the students. Great job. Great job being leaders in your class. Keep up the good work for the rest of the year. Congratulations to the staff. Thank you for all you do. I want to echo Tammy's comments on the newsletters. It's been neat to see them evolve. One of them had some of the bios of the staff in it that we normally wouldn't get to see or hear. So I thought that was great. The video at the end, awesome. So communication is so hard for everybody to do. Everybody's busy. The board is definitely something we need and continue to work on. So I'm sure there's time you guys are working on those, thinking there's more important things we have to do. So I want to just tell you thanks for doing it. It's
stopped into the Rushville Elementary one day. I had a day off. It's hard for me to get to schools because I'm also teaching at a prison. But I got to see a lot of people that were enjoying what they were doing. And we have a whole lot of new staff, and I know that that's been a concern with a lot of people. But I saw a lot of faces that were in there that were loving what they were doing. They were excited to be there with students. I enjoyed just stopping in and, you know, note that none of these new kids knew who I was, which was cool. But it was fun to see that much positive energy that's being emitted, and I enjoyed that. So, good work.
Celebration Fridays, I think Mrs. Ennis has another tutu if you're ever available.
If I am ever available, you can bet I will.
I have tutus for anybody.
I would tutu all over
And
the place.
sunglasses and crowns.
That's been kind of fun. I have to admit, that's
Yes.
been fun.
That has been great.
Especially because Mr. Peters and I were out there Friday to help out, and we're like, you know, it's about time, and it's like they dropped the mic and the doors flew open, and here they come. With the music blaring and stuff, and everybody just started dying laughing, including me. So it's a great time to celebrate.
I'd just like to iterate all the kids and staff that have got these awards tonight. Felicity, I remember you riding the tractor with me when you was just real little. Growing up. But looks to me like everything, from what I've seen from the bus early on, everything's going great, all the schools. And thank you for everybody's cooperation, getting it done. Well, needed. Thank you. So we'll take a 5-minute break for pictures and resume.